Hello people, welcome to my channel. My name is Hilary and today I will be starting the second vlog of July. So I'm starting it off straight away. I just filmed the last clip of first half of July vlog. Honestly, I read that book so long ago and I actually started my next book on 16th. However, today is the 31st. I just haven't had time to film the vlog clip. So what I started was Star Eater by Kirsten Hall, I think. And it was on my TBR from last year. It should be last year's new release. And I honestly didn't remember much of it. But somebody reviewed it. It said that it is cannibalistic witch nuns, which is quite a good premise to go into it. Basically, there is a world. However, I'm not sure how technology advanced. It's not quite hard time, but they do talk about taxis, but I think they're horses, so I think it's an older time. And there is regular humans and some females with some powers. They're calling it lace. Basically, they can manipulate energy or something and do things with it. However, they can only reproduce with males. However, they will make males crazy. So it's much society where females usually pair off together and live, and occasionally they do have to have sex with males. They've picked convicts who have been rapists, murderers, and so on, who they have to have a sex with to have children, and they go crazy at some point. Also, they eat the flesh of other witches who have been died but are more like comatose, I think, where they get more power and basically replenish their energy. It sounds really, really interesting, and I love the female relationship part and about being a female, and especially where it looks like you have a lot of options. However, you don't, because you can't do abortions. You have to abide by all the society rules, and our main character isn't very much into it. So it's a really interesting story. However, it's not as dark as you would think when you hear cannibalistic witch nuns. But yeah, I'm quite enjoying it. I think it will be a decent 4-star book. Hi, yes, so I'm back. I just finished Star Eater and I wanted to give you a little bit of my opinion on it. So it's a little bit different background. I'm at my country home and this is the outdoor kitchen thingy that we have. And I have the door open because we have a butterfly flying inside, so I'm hoping it will go outside. This book is borderline horror, but also written in a really nice way, so it doesn't feel horrorish all the time, because we do have cannibalism, unconsensual sexual acts, basically rape. What else did I? Murder, mutilation, abortion, a lot of things, but also it doesn't feel creepy, dark, and scary, but which means that it's written in a really good way that it's still disturbing, but it's easy to digest. And again, it's a book that I don't know how to feel about it, and I think the main problem is that I audiobooked it and probably would have given a much stronger opinion or a review or like star rating when I would have physically read it. I think my audiobooking it maybe took a little bit away, and that was also the reason why I gave it 4.5 stars. So I don't think it will be quite the 5 stars, but it was a really good read, and maybe at some point in the future I'll go and reread it physically or an ebook format. I think it would be really, really important to read it, especially what is going on in US, and there's a lot of parallels in there, because in that society females are restricted with what they can do with their own bodies, which means that they can't have relationships with men or other people unless it's approved or described for them. They can't have abortions, they have to have a child at some point. It's very regulated how much power they can get, and so on, so on. So it's a really interesting story. I think I did look up a couple of reviews, and since this is a very society where a lot of females are bi, so they do have sexual encounters with males, and sometimes they really enjoy it, but they also really enjoy the relationships with females. So, but I think the main problem a lot of people pointed out was that the novel didn't go over about non-binary and transsexual people and so on. But I think it didn't bother me that much because we were concentrated on the main character, and maybe there could have been maybe some snippets in there, but also it was about, I think it concentrated on the other aspect of what female can do with their bodies and general power. What were my problem parts for me in this novel was that some details got really lost. For example, the town or city they are in, it's a floating city, and I think it was brought in at some point in the second half of the book, although the city was described previously, and also how can you get into the city, or was it all taking place in the city, or what was going on. So some details really did get lost or weren't described enough, and also the ending was very abrupt. I didn't enjoy 100% the prologue. I think if they would have got that, it would have left really nice open ending, but kind of definite also, because the prologue a little bit changed that out, what I thought. And also I think the last final battle scene was too abrupt and wasn't given enough details. But otherwise, I really, really, really enjoyed it, and I definitely recommend picking it up. It's a definitely unique read to put on your TBR. Hi, so I'm back at work, but I decided to pop in to tell you about my next read, and that is Dowry of Blood. So I started it, I think, in May, but I was hitting my reading slump somewhat. I read, I think, about 20 pages or so, and I just left it at that. But I did pick up my Kindle again. I didn't have any specific thing I wanted to read, but I decided to continue what I have, books that I have in the middle of, and I'm really, really enjoying it. I did really, really enjoy it the first time also, but I just couldn't pick it up. But right now I am about 53% in, and I love the vibes, the romanticism, the way it's written, and it's absolutely beautiful book. So if you don't know about it, it was self-published, but now it is traditionally picked up, and it is Dracula's Bride retelling. Basically, one of the Dracula's Bride, Constanza's story about how she was made into a vampire and how she kills Dracula at the end. And it's also polyamorous. The characters are, all of them as far as I know, are bi, so it's a really good representation. But I think that's about it. I'm still reading Dune also, and it will have a separate vlog for itself, I think, in August. So I'll come back here when I have finished the book and maybe picked another one. I honestly have no idea. I'm thinking about Snow Like Ashes book 2, because I do want to finish that trilogy, and audiobook sounds quite decent, especially I'm working on spreadsheets at work, or just moving around a lot more in the summer. Or maybe I'm picking up something altogether different. Don't know, we'll see, but I'll see you soon. So I'm back at work. It's the next day. I just wanted to catch up that I finished yesterday during my workday Dowry of Blood, and I really enjoyed it. I like the dark themes. Basically, if I were to summarize it in a couple of words, I think a sensual love letter about the love to a man she killed and the reasoning behind it. I think that would take it together really well, and I enjoyed it really much. And previously I thought about reading it physically, but I got myself an ebook from Amazon, and I think now I really want physical book also on my shelves. However, I don't 100% like the new design. I think the self-published one was better, so maybe I'm gonna go and look at the internet if I can find the old one somewhere, or maybe I'm just gonna take a new one, and it would match my Vampire Chronicles books really well. I did also get a graphic novel. I'll put it in my haul. It was The Graceling by Christine Gashore, and should be the same retelling of the first Graceling series book. I also saw that I read the first 3 ones. There was, I think last year came the 4th one. Can't remember the name, and I think she's publishing also the 5th one, so I'm quite interested at some point rereading the series and the new books. And I also today got my Broken Binding, so 2nd book in the 9th realm, the 9th reign, the sequel for that. However, I will be opening that box in the beginning of August. Vlog as usual, but I think that's about it. Today I took Dune with me to work, and I am really enjoying it. I am about 3rd way in, and I'll try to get as much reading done today as possible, because during the work hours, because I'm doing some things that are running in the background and I don't want to jumble between several different things. So I'll take a little bit of time for reading. I'm also alone in this room, and most of the building, we have very few people at work right now because most are vacationing. And I think at night we're going to disc golf and maybe watch a movie or something. So I need to take my time to read during the day, but I'll come back when I have picked up another book. I still don't know what it will be. We'll see. So I'm here just to finish off July vlog, and for the last couple of days of July I didn't touch honestly any book at all. I didn't even pick up Dune, so I still have 200 pages left to read that and finish that vlog off. I spent most of my time working at my actual work, and also all of my free time was spent in my country home. We are basically renovating it, so my husband spent most of the days last week and next week and the previous week and all the weeks demolishing it, so basically pulling up all the gyprock that is on the walls, all the floorboards up and everything else, and we are seeing what kind of condition it is, whether we have to demolish it all, we have to change a couple of things, or we can just build it up from there. So it's gonna be a long project, and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, we're spending most of our free weekends in there. And if I'm not reading audiobook, I don't usually read a lot in there. What I did was a lot of garden work. I picked a lot of different kind of berries that I don't know most of the names in English. And then I did some jam. I did some marinated cucumbers. I did some berry juice. Also different kind of garden work. Just pruning some berries and picking up all the fallen apples that are not ready yet, and other juicing took a lot of hours also. So yeah, that's it. So I didn't read a lot in July again, but I am going to put a little bit more effort into reading in August. I do have the T. Kingfisher reading vlog that those books will not be inside of August vlogs, but I think there is enough of books for me to maybe have a decent vlog there. Hopefully, I'm really excited about Brilliant, and I think that's about it. So I'll see you in the next vlog.